Hey, my beautiful people. Hey, comrades. I just wanted to address some concerns and some issues that have been going on my comment section on YouTube, on Facebook. As you guys know, I have been banned the majority of this year. About 6 months out of this year, I've been banned. And on Facebook, I have my largest following, up to about 100,000 people. And I had this feeling that with all the black people who have been banned on Facebook and gathered all these large platforms, that we would not be able to use our platform for our people's benefit when something catastrophic like this happened. And unfortunately, my prediction was correct. And now what is going on, my good friend and comrade Sean Scott, who I'm hopefully going to do a duo video with sometime this coming weekend, he made a plea to black people. You guys have probably seen this video. Unfortunately, the trolls, the pink people, and their pet raccoons have come and infiltrated his page. They are attacking him. They are flagging him. And they got his video removed for spam. But we, our people, are resilient. And I'm going to show you what his video was and how it absolutely had no business being removed. This was a black man fighting for black people, and this is highly unfortunate. And the reason why his page got removed was because of another so-called black man. Just watch this video.
Black people in Houston, if you have a boat, please go save as many black people as you can, because the rescuers are now rescuing them. They're passing up certain black people in black neighborhoods, and they're gonna let them drown. They open the levees on them, and they're passing up certain black people in neighborhoods and purposely not rescuing them. So if you have a boat, go rescue as many black people as you can, because y'all know the government does not care about black people. They're just gonna let them drown, and we can't have another Hurricane Katrina situation. So if you have a boat, go and save as many black people as you can. I just watched a video from my comrade, and she was talking about how there's boats in the neighborhood, but they're passing them up. They call in the rescuers, and the rescuers are hanging up on them and telling them to call Jesus to come save them and stuff like that. So black people, this is the time where we have to care about each other, because the government does not care about black people. We can't sit here and let this be another Katrina where there's a whole bunch of black people floating in the water. So please go save as many black people as you can, because they're going to let them drown. Oh, excuse me, y'all. The rescuers are not rescuing them. And I'm wondering, where's these $1 million pastors with these mega churches? Why haven't y'all rented no boats to go save these people? Y'all, it's going to be another casualty of a whole bunch of black people just drowning, just like with Katrina. So if you in Houston or anywhere in the surrounding area, just please listen to these live videos of these people, because they can't really reach anybody, and listen for them to get their address and go save them, because the government gonna let them all drown. Y'all black people, this is a time where we gotta care about each other. I just feel so helpless, because there ain't nothing I can do. But if you in Houston and you got a boat, go save those black people. Alright, y'all, I gotta go, because I can't handle this right now. But please go help those black people, because the government is not helping them. The state does not care about black people. They're going to let them drown. So please go save as many of them as you can, so it won't be hundreds of black bodies floating in the water. Alright, y'all, I got to get out of here.
Now, what Sean did in those 3 minutes, what Sean did was alert black people to just how serious Houston was. And he was contacted with some other comrades who were literally stuck in their homes, and they reached out to him. And he did what he was supposed to do. He used his platform to bring black people together. And so now I'm going to show you a snippet of another video in which a black woman is crying out for help. And her first-hand account, it tells you, she's telling you that Red Cross and the Coast Guard are passing up black people. Watch this.
Yeah, that's the idea, to remain safe. But really in situations like this, like, it really is a clear indicator that how much the people need to be organized, because that's really what this has revealed for me. Because even living in this neighborhood where you have email chains going out, and I live in a neighborhood that's mostly Europeans, white people, white Americans, so seeing like this email chain go out, how they've organized themselves to be able to help one another, but not really too much anybody else in the neighborhood who's not already a part of their community. So it really just shows like the need for us to organize ourselves, and the need that we have as African people to have our own kind of plans and our own resources and our own boats to be able to evacuate our own people, because the state is just, it's increasingly obviously they don't care. From seeing Katrina with people on the roof to even now having the same situation where people are being told to wait on their roof indefinitely because you're not given the time frame how long you're going to be up there. So it's kind of like just waiting and watching the water rise while you watch other people get rescued. Like I was talking to our international president earlier, and it's a horrifying feeling. It's unimaginable to sit here and just watch water rise around you and to see people being rescued, or to hear, because I haven't seen any efforts or any relief. But to be in an email chain and to see certain people are responding and saying, you know, we're safe, we got out, and these are my neighbors. So it's just really interesting seeing this process of how the state organizes, and even within that organization, there's no room for African people. There's no room for us to escape. There's no room for us to survive. When it comes to African people and disasters like this, it's really just left up to us to try to figure this out. And I really just appreciate the African People's Socialist Party and MPDOM for really being such a staple right now and keeping us grounded and offering us support and help, because really that organization and the few people on social media who have seen the videos have been the only source of support or help we've had. We've had to take to social media because we can't get through on any numbers, and nobody is really trying to come rescue. When you call, it's getting to the point where they're getting rude. One of my comrades was told yesterday that they couldn't help. She asked them who were we supposed to call in an emergency situation, and they told her that she needed to call Jesus. Well, I checked the live feeds, and they've been calling Jesus for the past 3 days. And I think he might have bad service in his weather, because he's not coming. So we need some boats, and we need some Africans who can organize, and we can try to get ahead of things like this, because, again, the state does not care.
And I also want to speak on, like I did on my Rebel Fox page, my live video page, that there are reports of black people looting, black women looting beauty supply stores, black men holding guns to white men who were supposedly coming to rescue them. I want to apply some context to that. And that's not from me. It's from a black woman in Houston, Texas. Y'all know her. You're familiar with her. I've posted her video on this channel before. Her name is Fundi Fee. She is a powerful speaker. And I want her to describe what she sees, what's going on with the violence in Houston and why it's happening. Take a look at this.
The fighting has begun. If you guys are getting reports on the outside about fighting going on in Houston, let me tell you why. I'm getting reports in from black neighborhoods that the rescue workers are passing them up. And not just passing them up, racial slurs are being heralded at us. And it is getting really, really ugly. So if you want to know what's happening on the inside, I'm telling you, we just ran into this racist problem. Pay attention to who they are rescuing, who's in those boats, because we're getting ourselves out. It's becoming an inside job that we're getting ourselves out, y'all. So just in case you wanted to know, some people are saying that Lakewood Church is open now. He gets no kudos for that shit from me. None. That your ass has to be shamed into it. So when were you lying, before or after? But I'm going to leave that alone. So just in case you guys want to know, this is turning into a sincere life and death situation for black folk here, because when your rescue workers and your first responders are passing you up, it gets real. Especially when you have babies like everybody the hell else. We pay our taxes like everybody the fuck else. You know, when it's funny that they'll pick up the Mexican immigrants before they pick up, you know, black Americans that have obviously been here since knee high to a fucking slave ship. So I'm just going to put that out there just in case they start talking to y'all about, you know, we're looting and we're doing all this crazy shit. No. People are trying to get the fuck out the water with their families. And when you see help and help passes you by, fight or flight set in, y'all. And it's just as simple as that. You have babies. You have your mom. You have your dad. Who you got yourself. And then you have a rescue worker who's throwing racial epitaphs at you, laughing, rowing on. You know, I ain't trying to be funny, but Mr. Rescue Worker, you'd lose that boat if it was me. So I'm happy that I'm high and dry, so I don't have to deal with such things. But there are people who are dealing with this. And we need y'all to know from the inside, because they're not going to tell you that they're doing this from the outside. They're not going to tell you. They're going to put their spin doctors on it. They're going to put the propaganda machine on it and make it out that we're the bad guys. Not that we're trying to live and survive like everybody the hell else. But we're not going to talk about these floodplains either, being in minority neighborhoods and them selling these people these homes overpriced, knowing that they were going to flood them every 3 years. We ain't going to talk about that either.
I know that was really disturbing to watch, and that was really heartbreaking to see. But these are things that we need to see. These are things that we need to see, because the media is going to lie to us. And people are going to come onto my page, your page, our brothers and sisters' pages, who are telling the truth. And they're going to try to make it seem like we are liars, because we are calling for black people. We are calling for black people to help black people, because all we got is us. And at the end of the day, I am way more inclined to believe a black person when they say that they are being treated differently, or that they are being oppressed, or that they are being looked over, passed over for rescue. Because history tells us that they are absolutely correct. History shows us that that is what they do to black people. So absolutely, I'm more inclined to believe my black brothers and sisters when they say that they need help, because the government or these entities who we give our money to aren't doing what they're supposed to do. And the more that y'all donate to a Red Cross or any other organization that takes 90% of your dollar and puts it in their pockets, the more that we are being left helpless. Donate to a group that has their boots on the ground. Donate to a group that focuses on African people, that focuses on black neighborhoods, because all we got is us. And these other groups, these alt-right, these Trumpsters, want to make it seem as if we only want to save black people. They're going to try to spin this into a narrative in which they can demonize blackness, or demonize our solidarity, or demonize our community. Do not allow them to get into your brains. Do not allow this all lives matter or this equality logic, which is flawed because it does not apply real true context, and it leaves out the 500 years of oppression that pink people have tried to put on us. Don't allow them to confuse your mind that way. And you stay black first. You stay black first. You stay committed to your people. Because in this time right now, there is a spirit of chaos. And they're going to try to get in your mind and twist your words and twist your thoughts and confuse your focus. The focus is black people. The focus is black productivity. The focus is building a strong people and being there for our people when we need to be. And look, I'm going to end on this. We've got a lot of work to do as a people. Because I've said this before. If all my pages get shut down, if I disappear off the internet, would you still have that? Would your blood still pump for your people? If your favorite pro-black or whatever you want to call us, conscious, woke, whatever it is you want to call us, YouTuber or Instagrammer or what do you call them, tweeters, person on Twitter, if we all get shut down, will your blood still pump hot and heavy for black people? And what would you do if you are one of the people that speaks up? How can we get in contact with each other? Do we have an escape plan? Do we have an evacuation plan? Do we have a meetup plan? Do we have each other's phone numbers? Do we have each other's email addresses? Do we have each other's physical addresses? Are we truly comrades? Are we truly brothers and sisters? And what I've been seeing in Houston, though everything hasn't been perfect, we could have had a better escape plan, absolutely. But what I'm seeing in Houston is solidarity between family. This is what family does, y'all. And we should be proud of that. We should be proud of that. And they're going to try and come in here and tell us that we're liars. They're going to try and tell us that our arguments aren't solid. They're going to say, oh, I'm in Houston. Oh, I'm in Houston and I don't see any of that because you had the money to go 4 hours north and get a hotel room. So they're not seeing the black suffering because they don't have to be bothered with it. But you should be proud of us coming together and saying, we don't need you, Red Cross. We got African people on the ground in Houston. And I am so proud and I am so thankful for Sean Scott. I am so proud and so thankful for Fundy. I am so proud and thankful for all the people who have come together to fight. To come together to fight. We are comrades, well and truly comrades. And the one thing that we have is solidarity. Let's keep that up. I love you all and I'm proud of you all. Let's keep the fight going. Power.